first man to win both titles in a single season. Indeed, he could clinch at least one of those titles at Silverstone tomorrow. Well, it wasn't so long ago that it was always Barry Sheene who was uppermost in our thoughts during Grand Prix weekend. He's now retired from two wheels, of course, but he's still flying around Silverstone.
Well, this is Silverstone, the venue for the 1985 British Grand Prix. And it's the race that all motorcycle fans from all over Europe have been waiting for all the year. It's the biggest motorcycle race of the year in England, and it draws somewhere in the region of 60 to 80,000 people. And this is what they've all come to see. It's a world of high technology, million-pound sponsorship investment, and all the work of the mechanics behind the scenes, culminating in this weekend's British Grand Prix. It's also a family outing. People bring their kids, and you can even get something to eat on the side. The fanatics are here, and everybody shows an interest. On the other hand, there's also some nice things to look at besides motorbikes. Fast cars and the world of the turbo even exist in motorcycle racing. In 1971, international motorcycle racing returned to Silverstone after a long time. And in 1977, it was the first year it became a world championship race. Between 71 and 77, I enjoyed quite a lot of success. But after 77, it wasn't exactly the same story. There were some really spectacular races at Silverstone, which left me with some fantastic memories, some good and some bad.
Go! And from Woodcote, and look at Barry Sheene doing an absolutely monumental wheelie as the front wheel rears right up and they go down the top. That's what. Look at that! Barry Sheene with absolute effrontery not only looks over his shoulder, but takes his left clutch hand off the handlebar and waves to Kenny Roberts. And here's Kenny Roberts' answer. Don't you wave at me, young man. This is it. At 130 miles an hour. The checkered flag is out. Kenny Roberts and Barry Sheene is gaining. And there is less than a machine flakes in with a fantastic race. Graham Crosby, Roberts next. Sheene third. Number 2, Marco Lucinelli. Fourth. Number 3, Randy Miller is in 5th position. And off goes Graham Crosby, and past him goes Lucinelli. That looks like Barry Sheene off as well. And Middleburg goes into Woodcote corner, and Roberts is closing right up on him. You can see for yourself, it's just like 1979, and there's only going to be about 2 machine lengths in it. But this wonderful victory for Jack Middleburg. Down, and there's a fire there. It's Graham Wood who's off again. Graham Wood has fallen off a lot. I can't identify the other fallen rider at the moment. The bike on fire. Will they stop it before they come round? Yes, they will. Superb marshalling. Very good firefighting equipment here. It's Roberts. Kenny Roberts is out of the race.
I hit the bike lane in the track. I slid forward on the bike and compressed the tank, and the tank just exploded.
Roberts into Woodcote for the 23rd and last time. He's tremendously popular with the British crowd. There is an enormous roar of approval, and he wheelies over the line. And Randy Mamola, as he passes the tail-enders, is under the bridge, is up to Woodcote, is into the last corner. And Randy Mamola gives a sign of victory as he wins the 1984 British Grand Prix.
But a man who hasn't won the British Grand Prix is young Freddie Spencer from Shreveport, Louisiana. Freddie this year has taken the motorcycle world by storm with his dedication and his incredible riding. To be in the position that he's in the World Championship at the moment is quite incredible. He's riding for the same very well-organised team as he was last year. So what's the big difference for Freddie Spencer between 84 and 85?
I'm in a lot better physical shape. Last year, what happened at Laguna Seca, when I broke my collarbone, I had some trouble with it healing. And I made sure the most important thing to me in the off-season, Barry, was that if I did have an accident or something, I could get back up and keep going. And so the physical conditioning has really made a difference. And it also, I guess it put a spark under me, too, you know, to come back and not only to win the 500, but to win the 250. And I don't want another like last season, another season like last year. I want to always win.
And that he certainly has done. He launched his bid in South Africa to win the 250 and 500cc titles way back in March. He made a perfect start in the 250cc event, leading all the way except for the second of the 28 laps, culminating in a 7-second victory over West Germany's Tony Mang. The 500 race was a different story, with Spencer locked in a great battle with fellow American Eddie Lawson. He dominated early on, but Lawson took the lead in the 8th lap and was never headed. The message from the world champion was clear. Freddie, you're going to have to work for it. There were problems for Franco and Sheene at the start of the warm-up lap in Spain. And another one to suffer was Wayne Gardner, number 7, before fighting back to finish 4th. But once again, it was Freddie Spencer who dominated. All this despite breaking a thumb in a tumble in practice. Spencer's great rival, Eddie Lawson's second place, put the two level in the 500 class. Two weeks later at a wet Hockenheim, it was Spencer again who led for the majority of the race. But a badly worn rear tyre let in Frenchman Christian Saron, number 6, who'd fought his way up from a bad start in 10th position to take the lead in the closing stages. Saron's victory on a Yamaha was to break an American run of 3 successive wins in West Germany. The 4th round in Mugello, Italy was to be the start of an incredible sequence of wins for Spencer on a demanding circuit that saw Italian Balbi crash into the protective tyres early on. He was unharmed. Spencer led from as early as the 2nd lap, the Honda proving to be vastly superior on such a demanding course to Lawson's Yamaha. His 9-second win was shortly to be repeated in the 250 event to give him his first double of the season. Having already won the smaller class in Austria, Spencer found himself locked in a frantic battle with Eddie Lawson in the 500 race. Spencer was holding the world champion when the rain came, and with conditions worsening, the riders, including Lawson, having difficulty maintaining control, the race was eventually stopped. It was a worrying time for Spencer, who knew he would have to work equally hard on the restart, and this time it was Lawson who led to the checkered flag. But when the two times were added together, it was Spencer's race by just 0.03 of a second. He was celebrating again in Yugoslavia, a winner in the 250 race and looking to be the first man ever to win 3 consecutive doubles. But injury after hitting a straw bale in the 500 gave the race to Eddie Lawson. Spencer battled on to finish 2nd. The Dutch Grand Prix were to see the worst racing conditions ever seen at Assen. It was American Randy Mamela who led from the start, and in the chase for the lead, disaster struck Spencer as Christian Saron's Yamaha lost grip on the treacherous surface and sent him and the championship leader sliding off the circuit.
You know, of course I was not happy because all I could see there was the hard work to get a 10-point lead, and it was gone. It was a tough thing because it happened, you know, out of my hands.
It's a big mistake because I did something I don't like to do at all. I crashed another rider, and that was Spencer. So I was very scared that it would interfere in the World Championship, but Eddie Lawson crashed, so it didn't so much.
Well, I got in there a little high, and I was offline, and I front wheel touched the white line, and I'm sure you've been there a few times yourself, so I tried to get it back, and I did. I recovered, but by then it was too late. I was offline. I had to go off into the dirt, and that was it.
It was Mamela, having led from the start, who took the checkered flag with Honda teammate Ron Haslam in 2nd place. And Freddie Spencer, well, he had to settle just for the 250. The sidecar event in Holland was to remind us that one slight mistake, one lapse of concentration, could have disastrous results. Happily on this occasion, Britain's Steve Webster and Tony Hewitt were not too badly hurt. It was Mamela again who led from the very start of the race in Belgium, as seen from this unique camera angle on the American's bike. But the ever-threatening Spencer was lurking, ready to pounce at any moment. He took the lead even before the end of the first lap and was never to be headed.